But I drop a fourth. Alright, so I'm going to drop down in gears, guys. I'm going to drop down in speed as well. And I want to show you guys how much basically torque and strength these cars have. Let's go down to 50. We're in gear 5. We're going to drop shift down a few. 4, 3. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are about to get some motorway runs. For those of you who want to know what this car is like on the motorway, stay locked in because it's going to give you a very first-hand experience. We're about to get a cold start. I'm in an area I've never really been in before, so all of this is new to me. Roads are new, so let's go do some exploring. This is a horrible, it's a one-way system, this. Yeah, buddy. We are currently in Epsom, for those of you who know the area or might live here. Very nice little area. I'm not a big fan of one-way systems, but a very nice area. I must say I do really love how clear like this is the non-sport mode. It's the same in the sport mode, but I just love how crystal clear like the writing is. It doesn't look tatty. Just something I noticed this last week. I was like, oh, they actually do have a very nice like digital dash. There's no analogs about it at all. It's just all pure digital. Go Fiat. Alright, we're going to drop a gear. Oof, that's very nice. Very big. What do we think of these little things, guys? I think they look pretty sick. I personally would never ever get one, but I do love the little lights on them. And I've seen their wing mirrors as well. It's literally like a little, it's like a little speck. Funny little cars. Whew, diesel. Very sticky around corners. It is very fun coming out of them. That is literally what these cars were made for. They are so much fun around roundabouts. Want to drop a fourth. One of the many features I love about this, or not a feature, sorry, but in terms of gear 5, that's not very spoken about because in a lot of my videos there's a lot of town driving and country roads. But gear 5 for a small engine car has got so much power and torque. I think obviously down to the Garrett turbo that is responsible for that. But it's honestly, it is like butter. It is such a nice gear in this little car. You can see the turbo gauge bouncing around there. Foot. Look at that. Absolutely stunning. It just speaks so much. Oh man, I do really enjoy it. You can see the little cameras up there, yellow. Don't know if you can. Up there. Alright, so I'm going to drop down in gears, guys. I'm going to drop down in speed as well. And I want to show you guys how much basically torque and strength these cars have. Let's go down to 50. We're in gear 5. We're going to drop shift down a few. 4, 3. I didn't even get to 5th gear. I'm in 5th, but I didn't even get to use it. I just got through 3 and through 4 really. I didn't even really get to use gear 5 without breaching the speed limit, so yeah. Try use the truck for cover there just in case. But we should be all good, we should be all good. But yes guys, just an example, like when you look at cars on the road and you think of speed and a car's ability, like this car is so much more than capable. We think because it's a small 1.4 engine and it's not going to give, especially when it comes to top end and stuff like that, this car has got so much legs, it's unbelievable. So I hope this is answering questions for those of you who may be concerned about like how it runs. Is it nice to have the 6th gear that you can just cruise in? Absolutely, the engine's then not working as hard, but we don't have that choice. So yeah, we've got 5 gears and we just make the most of it, really is what it is. It is more than enough. I can only imagine if this is remapped as well, you can also remap it so that you've got more top end, more bottom end, depends where you want the power, right? So yeah, I'm very happy. I must say I'm very happy with the car. I don't feel like I need more, this is the thing. So yeah, I get it though, like it's a natural progression with these cars, isn't it, to naturally want to do more and more and more, also because it's easy and cheap to do so. But I just love it the way that it is, and that's probably also why I haven't modded it for such a long time. I've done the exhaust, I can experience the car fully now, and it just, for me, I'm very happy with it. I'm so scared of it changing how it sounds. So many complaints with the Forge induction kits and the fact that they come through, I can't remember what the name of the plastic is now, scutter panel, and people saying like how intrusive the cabin noise is for these mods. So just bear that in mind guys. I've never done one. I've heard this now from multiple sources, people saying basically how annoying the Forge induction kit is, because it obviously makes a lot of cabin noise, doesn't it? If it's right by the scuttle over there, and every time you're shifting, it's sucking air going. So you can only just imagine. So just be mindful guys, if you are getting a Forge induction kit. I think there's better ones out there, purely based off of design, that they don't cut through a scuttle panel. It makes sense because you want the coldest, freshest air for your car, but at the same time, at what cost? You know what I mean? I mean, the car works absolutely fine with the factory fitting, let alone anything else you do after that. So, oh, very deep gear 4 there. Very, very nice. And that is a wrap. What is it like to drive and own the Abarth 595 on the motorway? There you go. Please make sure to hit a like and a subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. As always, lekker, bye.